Hey, what's up, YouTube family? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well, staying blessed and beautiful. So now you may be thinking of buying a new home, and that's why you clicked on this video, and you don't know where to start, you don't know where to look, you don't know who to trust. So in this video, I'll be trying to help you understand and know some of the things that you'll need to buy your first home, okay? Also, stay tuned because I'll give some secret tips of how realtors hook you in to work with them or then provide you a service. So stay tuned till the end. So number one is taxes. The traditional way is to have 1 to 2 years of your taxes, and it depends on the lender you use. Sometimes they require 1 year, some require 2, but most of them require 2. So make sure that you have all your affairs in order for your taxes. Now, number 2 is your W-2 or W-9. You may need a W-2 or W-9. So depending on which category you fall in, you will need a W-2 or W-9 because this is how they know that you've been working all year and how much you make.
What the hell you think I'm talking about? Where you think all this money come from? Jokes? Is that what you think? Huh? You think I'm out here making funny money? Is that it? Huh?
And they're able to deduct and add things, to see what category you fall in to give you that loan. Number 3 is pay stubs and bank statements. These are probably the most useful ones that they will probably ask for, and it depends if they need more information about how much you make, and this will help them give you a pre-approval letter of the amount that you have that you make, basically. So your debt to income ratio and all that other stuff that's calculated by the lenders, they will calculate this with that as well. Number 4, now there are different types of loan that you can fall under depending on your credit score. So having a good credit score is not a must, but is recommended that way, because when you have a credit score, it can disqualify you for certain programs if you don't meet a certain number or range of the credit score system. So say you're in the 500 to 580, you might be able to apply for a FHA loan, but you might need a higher down payment. So instead of 3.5, they might ask you for a 10% or maybe a little bit more. It all depends on the lender. And there are 3 credit bureaus, which is Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And these are very helpful. Just make sure you don't have any delinquent accounts, because that can hurt you. And you can get a free credit report from each of these credit bureaus. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I got confused. But yeah, you can get a credit report from each of these, and it'll help a lot. You can get them once a year. Okay, so number 5, when it comes to your loans, please do research. You, like, when you're going to buy a car, make sure you research a loan, you know it like the back of your hand, because this is where all your money is going to be going, essentially, because you got to look at the interest rate, you got to look at what's your private mortgage insurance, and you got to make sure that you can afford that payment, and that if anything were to happen to you, you can still make those payments, and hopefully that never happens, but just got to be aware. Number 6, this will be the most important key aspect when you're buying your property. Now, depending on the loan and your credit, your down payment may need to be 3.5% or 20%, depending on the loan that you have. If you're a first-time home buyer, I suggest putting more than you need to, because your private mortgage insurance will up your monthly payment for the next 11 years or the whole life of the loan, depending on how much you give. If you're getting a FHA loan, you will need to pay 10% for down payment or above to pay the private mortgage insurance for 11 years. After that, the life of the loan, you don't have to pay the PMI anymore, and that's the private mortgage insurance. But if you pay under 10%, you'll have to pay that for the life of the loan. So you can save yourself some money. It all depends on to you and what you need. Okay, so now for the secret tip. What is that secret tip that realtors use to hook you in? You think you know? Or you can't assume that every realtor, is honest. But there are some there that are very, very ethical and know what they're doing, and they're very helpful. But remember, this is what they do for a living, so they won't give you this information for free, or they won't show you houses for free, right? So now when you go and call an agent and you tell them that you're interested in their services, they'll ask you several questions. Do you have a pre-approval letter? Do you have an agent, right? Do you have what's your down payment like? What's the most important thing you're looking for in a home? Are you looking to start a family? Do you have a family? Do you have a dog? Do you want yard space? Do you want a garage? And it all depends what you're looking for and how much your pre-approval letter states. So in that range, they will try to find you something that you can call your dream home. So what they'll do is they'll show you 3 houses or so. It depends on the agent. Most of them do 3 houses. And then what they'll do is they'll tell you, okay, so you want to go see the 4th home? All right, you have to sign this contract for me. This tells you that I'm your exclusive agent to represent you, and then nobody else can represent you. And you get into a contract for maybe 3 to 4 months, depending how long you take to find a house that you love. And yeah, so that's how a real estate agent will hook you in to work with them. But please do your due diligence, because at that beginning, they might be helpful, it might be everything. But I've known people that go on to sign a paper with the real estate agents, and then they're not up to par with what they're offering. So sometimes they don't reply to text, sometimes they take their time, or they don't reply at all, or they say that they lost the house. So you want to get someone who wants to help you find that right home. So I hope this video helped you. Please subscribe and like the video. Stay safe, stay blessed. Have a good evening.